Bali, magandang araw. Ito po ang Iparas kay Paras. Ako po si Eli Saludar. Kasama natin si Segjing Paras. Segjing, magandang araw sa iyo.
Magandang araw, Paring Eli. Magandang araw naman po muli sa ating mga mahal na mga kababayan. Lalo na po yung sumusuporta kay Vice President. Dinudumog si Vice President Sara Duterte nung pumunta sa Senado. Hindi mapakali at gustong yumakap ang taong bayan. Ganun kamahal si Vice President Sara ng ating mga kababayan. So, dito sa Iparas kay Paras, isang susunod na topic namin ay bits and pieces, ipapakita namin kung anong mga highlights doon sa Senado in the course of the trial. Una dito, yung isang bobo, abogado pa naman, hindi naman sinasabi niya, aral siya sa batas, naging piskal doon sa Batangas, pero hindi niya alam na magdadaldal na ang isang respondent in an impeachment case is not bound to, be arraigned. Walang arraignment because, sui generis nga yung impeachment. But it's not a it is not a criminal case. It may be legal, it may be political, but never a criminal. Kasi wala namang incarceration or penalty of imprisonment or penalty of fine. So, hindi po ito criminal case. Pero mayroong isang bobo, yung kanyang laway ay tumutulo, bumubula, kasi siguro first time siya naka-appear ng ganyang forum, ay sinasabi na dapat daw the Vice President, who is the one accused for accountability in the impeachment case, dapat daw ma-arraign. Ito, let us listen to the discussion between a brilliant lawyer and a mediocre lawyer pretending to be bright. Ito, pakita natin.
Before I give my comment, may I just clarify if the lead prosecutor is now making a motion to arraign the respondent accused?
Your Honor, whether this is arraignment or otherwise, the motion of the prosecution is very much consistent with the Senate rules on impeachment.
I think the question, Your Honor, is very simple.
As I have
It's
mentioned, Your
answerable by
Honor,
yes or no, Your Honor.
Rule
Is the
7,
lead prosecutor
Rule 9,
is the lead
Let this
prosecutor
not be a debate between the
requesting
councils.
for the respondent accused to
Counsel
be arraigned, Your Honor?
correspondent, kindly make your comments and avoid asking questions from the counsel for the prosecutor. We will recognize the counsel correspondent for comments on the
Your Honor, I believe I have a standing question to the lead prosecutor, and I would like to ask her for the legal basis for requiring the respondent to be arraigned today. Because, Your Honor, I note that in her request earlier and manifestations given for the respondent to be arraigned today, she cited Rule 7, Rule 9, and Rule 21. However, in Rule 7, it very clearly states that if the person impeached after service shall fail to appear either in person or by counsel on the day so fixed, or appearing shall fail to file his answer to such articles of impeachment, the trial shall proceed nevertheless as upon a plea of not guilty. Well, this rule is clear. It does not talk about any arraignment. And if we take a look at this sentence, everything here has been satisfied. The respondent accused is here, has attended through counsel. She may not be in person, but the notice given to the defense is that she may appear through counsel. Second thing is that the respondent accused was also able to file her answer. And so Rule 7 does not support the request of the lead prosecutor that the respondent accused be arraigned today. Now, Now, on the matter of Article 9, counsel also say that the person impeached shall then be called to appear and answer the articles of impeachment against him or her. And if he or she appears, or any person for him or her, the appearance shall be recorded, stating particularly if by himself or by agent or counsel, naming the person appearing in the capacity in which or he appears. If he or she does not appear, either personally or by agent or counsel, the same shall be recorded. And for all intents and purposes, respondent is present today through counsel. There is also nothing in Rule 9 that requires the reading of a 23-page articles of impeachment, which will be a waste of judicial time. Now, finally, under Rule 21, Your Honor, may I just correct the manifestation earlier by counsel, because it would seem to me, unless a reading of the transcript would say that I'm mistaken, but I seem to have heard the lead prosecutor claim that the voting on the articles of impeachment will be per article. Well, that's true, but the first sentence of Rule 21 says, the trial of all the articles of impeachment shall first be completed before the senators vote on the final question on whether or not the impeachment is sustained. Now, honestly, I do not see how Rule 21 is related to the motion now being requested or propounded by the lead prosecutor. And at any rate, Your Honor, given that the respondent is represented by her counsel today, and this is consistent, her appearance is consistent with the notice given and in accordance with the rules on rules of procedure of this court, then we can enter her plea on her behalf.
The arguments of the parties are duly noted. Chair will now make its ruling. The articles of impeachment were deemed read and spread into the records when it was referred by the Senate to the Committee on Justice for the proper issuance of summons. And a plea of not guilty will only be entered in accordance with our rules in behalf of the Vice President if she does not file an answer. But in this case, she has filed an answer and in fact has appeared through counsel. Insofar as the reading of the articles of impeachment is concerned, it will be done at the final resolution of this case when it is put to a vote by the senator judges, where each article of impeachment will be read before a vote shall be taken thereon. For those reasons, the motion is denied, and the lead prosecutor...
So,
Denied.
So, yan po mga kababayan. Hindi nakakahiya itong ano. Can you imagine this Coco Bird na pretending to be bright, na wala naman talaga siyang experience as a trial lawyer, nagmaang-maangan na magaling, nabisto tuloy ngayon na lahat ng mga ni-raise niyang issue, we're all obliterated. 7, 9, 21, they were all parang bula na sinipa lang ni Attorney Sison, who's a very bright lawyer. Tapos, dininay yung kanyang motion because there's never a thing called arraignment that the accused or the respondent in an impeachment, which is not a criminal case, will be made to arraign, to be arraigned. So, natameme tuloy. Dahil doon, tingnan mo, dito sa susunod na daldal niya, bumubula ang bibig. Siguro, naipon niya yung kanyang mga salayba, kaya lumabas sa bibig. O, pakinggan nyo, o tingnan nyo itong bumubula ang bibig nitong babae na sinasayang lang yung pera ng pondo ng House of Representatives para mag-represent as prosecutor. Na bakit pa, kung magaling itong babae na ito, bakit pa kayo mag-hire? Wasting money of the funds of House of Representatives para lang i-hire itong mga prosecutor. Hindi ito mga libre. Hindi naman lahat yan volunteer eh. Yung si Kapunan, malakas sumingil yan eh. Maski walang abilidad yan, malakas sumingil. Ilang beses na yan tinanggal ng kanyang kliyente. Unang-una, yung asawa ni former COMELEC chairman Andres Bautista. Dahil sa tagal niyang ginawa yung agreement, sinipa siya nung asawa ni Andre Bautista. Dito rin kay Atong Ang, sinipa din siya. So, but why is the House of Representatives paying this private prosecutors? Kung magaling itong mga House prosecutors, paring Eli, ano masasabi mo? Bumubula yung bibig, nitong si Luis Tro. Pakinggan nga natin. Panoorin natin.
Mga dokumento na hindi bumoboto. Mga records na walang partido. Mga katotohanan na walang kulay pampolitika.
Nakakadiri. Mga dokumento daw hindi bumuboto. Mga ano yung iba?
Bibig na bumubula. Ay, di ba? Ayaw
Mga
pala.
bibig na bumubula dahil hindi nagsisipilyo. Yun ang nakakahiya. Lalo na pag nag-appeal ka, taken by by media The whole world is looking at you and you are showing yourself as a laughing stock. Unang-una, motion is denied. Tapos yung pagmumuka mo hindi pa maayos sa publiko, bumubula yung bibig mo, lalong nakakahiya. Paring Eli.
So, yun ang unang yung kahapon si Guada, round 1.
Round 1, bagsak.
Pero
kung tatanungin mo yung mga trolls, mayroon pang isang din na sinipa dyan sa FEO. Alam ko, maleta din yan. Dumadaldal, nagrararara na kaagad. Ang galing ng mga prosecutor. Ito.
pwede lang maging senador.
Pwede maging senador. Ikaw, Juan, ex din. Di ka pa rin nadadala na sinusuka ka ng mga nagbabasa sa'yo o nakikinig sa'yo. Hindi ka pa rin nahihiya. Wala namang nag-aano sa'yo na magsalita ka. Bakit ka volunteer ng volunteer when you're the laughing stock of many people? With due respect. Ito naman, itong tutasen ang tawag nila dito. Pakinggan natin kung anong pinagdadaldal.
Ngayon, yung mga graduate ng Ateneo tsaka ng mga UP, ito ngayon yung legal maxim. Expressio unius et exclusio alterius. In other words, the express mention of one thing is the exclusion of another. Palagay ko, naintindihan nyo lahat ganyan. Itong akin, sa publiko yung sa akin. Ang sinasabi ng publiko ngayon, nanonood sa atin, dapat you should not resort to too much technicalities kasi ang public interest ang iniisip nila rito. They want to expedite the proceedings. They want the trial, not rules. They're interested in the trial, not rules.
We put the whole impeachment trial at risk here. What Senator Tito Soto, former Senate President, what his staff did not tell him is that there is such a thing as procedural due process, and that who presides goes into due process and fairness. The Latin term that he mentioned was for enumerations.
Sa ano yun statutory construction.
Pero kasi sa Ateneo, pero yung sa version ng one ball, yon wala.
Alam mo kasi, mayroong kasabihan, shallow water is so noisy. Deep water is silent. Ito, very shallow. Unang-una, na-memorize lang niya only the letter of the word, of the phrase. But understanding it does not mean that he knows the interpretation of that. Ha?
Pero ibig sabihin, sa staff niyan abogado niya yan, mali rin ang bata niya.
Maski magaling yung bata niya, pero yung tinuturuan ay napakabobo. Maski ano pang memorize mo, hindi mo naintindihan, talagang one ball university ka lang talaga. At unang-una, the people daw, alam mo, the people are the least to be satisfied in this trial. Why? Because this is a measure of accountability. This is a measure of probing the accountability or commitment or the committing an offense. At ang ating saligang batas, one ball student, Mr. Tuta Sen, ay yung pong Bill of Rights. Baka gusto mo rin basahin yung Bill of Rights. No person shall be deprived of liberty, property, without due process of law. Due process. So, ibig sabihin, question of technicality, question of substance, question of evidence, lahat po yan. Karapatan ng akusado. Maski anong sabihin ng, kaya nga, hindi lahat na taong bayan, pag nagdesisyon ang Korte Suprema, hindi lahat satisfied. Why? Because the law is it's not for the people to appreciate. It is for the law to be applied equally. Di ba? Paring Eli. So, ibig sabihin, the accused has every right to raise technicality when it violates his right of due process. So, naintindihan mo ba yan, one ball? Kakahiya ka, tagal mo na dyan sa Senado. Hindi ka pa rin natututo sa karapatan ng isang akusado, karapatan ng isang every person for that matter, his right of due process.
Kasi ng numero 1 'di ba, yung due process. Kaya nga natandaan ko yung binanggit sa opening statement ni Attorney Sheila Sison, na kumisan talagang, di ba yung sa respondent, kalaban mo yung buong estado
Yes.
Yung buong pwersa. Pero meron kang isang sandigan na nakasaad sa ating saligang batas, yan ng Bill of Rights.
Kaya nga kung tuusin mo, halimbawa, isang tao na accused of rape, ni-rape yung isang babae, the whole world is against that person. Si Pepsi Paloma, ni-rape. Sino nag-rape doon? Natuklasan na ba kung sino nag-rape kay Pepsi Paloma? Or ni-rape ba yun? Or ginahasa ng isang lalaki? No, I'm just giving an example. A person accused of rape, especially when it's 12 years old or 13 years old, statutory rape, the whole world is against him. Lalo na propaganda na, pero may karapatan yun. He has right to due process. Tapos iba pala ng gahasa, hindi pala yun. Pero siya nakulong. So, he is acquitted. So kung tuusin natin o kung patubayan natin sinasabi nitong Tuta Sen na ito na i-please natin ang taong bayan, di automatic guilty na kaagad yung ni-rape kasi galit ang taong bayan doon. Pero at the end of the day, that guy is vindicated. So if you follow the law, follow the evidence, hindi ka susunod sa opinion ng taong bayan, then you have attained justice. Hindi yung justice of the mob. Ang gusto nitong Tuta Sen na ito, justice of the mob. Madaliin natin. Dahil nagbabantay yung Tapos tulad nitong isang Amerikano na falsifikador ng kanyang birth certificate at nakakuha ng American passport. Anong sinasabi niya? Ay hindi, pwede nating baluktutin ang batas. Basta ma-please natin ang taong bayan. Ha? 'Di ba? Sinasabi nitong dapat ka ito yung unang nakulong eh. Hindi si Marcoleta dahil sinasabi na 120 million ang kinontribute ng mga magkapatid na Eric Yap at saka Elvic Yap dito. Eh bakit hindi ito nakasampahan ng kaso? Bakit inuna si Marcoleta? Itong si Erwin Tulfo. Dapat may kaso na yan. Kasi pareho yung ginagawa na sinasabi na tumanggap ng campaign contribution. And at the time that he received campaign contribution, he was a member of the House, pare, as party list. Di ba? So what is good for the goose should also be good for the gander. Kaya nga sinasabi ng Iglesia, there is selective justice in this country. So going back to this impeachment, walang saysay yung sinasabi mo, tuta sen. Na unahin natin, wag na nating intindihin yung rules, wag na nating. So paano mo i-decide yung kaso kung walang rules? Paano mo i-decide yung kaso kung ang accused cannot raise issue of technicalities?
No.
That's a grave abuse of discretion. Kung hindi mo papayagan yan.
Okay.
Di ba? Paring Eli?
Tama. Siguro bago tayo magtapos sa ating episode na ito, maganda ay yung sa opening statement naman ng presiding officer, maganda maliwanag doon 16 votes ang kinakailangan.
Baka mamaya, kaya nga may rules And this rule on the number of votes that would convict is embedded in the Constitution. Ito sinasite ni Escudero na base sa saligang batas, base sa jurisprudence, if there are 24 senators, which is really what it is now, there are 24 senators, the two-thirds vote is 16. And that is already being said. So yung mga kibitzers, tulad nung ex-din na sinipa doon sa FEO, na sabi niya, pwede daw baba to 22. Mayroong isang gunggong na former justice na 12 lang daw kasi ilan ba yun? 22 lang daw yung mga senador. Wala na. Sinabihan na sila ng presiding officer that there shall be 16 who would vote to convict.
Kaya nga sabi ni Senator Escudero, yung mga hindi sang-ayon, punta kayo sa Supreme Court.
Punta kayo sa Supreme Court.
Kasi may question niya si Senator Ping Lacson, napanood ko nagke-question niya, kung ruling ba yan o
kung mayroong tuta sen, mayroon namang Pinky. Pinky at Coratong Baleleng, Senator. Yung dalawa, magka-team up yun. At sila yung sumakay daw doon sa helicopter. Ni Saldico. Gaano katotoo yan ay haka-haka lamang. Pero may mga pictures. Nakasakay sila. Okay. So, ganun po yan.
Okay, so abangan ho natin yung takbo rin po ng impeachment trial.
Now, going back to ito yung pinakahuli, yung NBI witness.
Yung unang witness ng prosecution.
Ito lang yung masasabi natin dyan. Ako, para sa akin, bilang isang abogado and very observant, scripted yung testigo na yan. Scripted. I go to my notes. Alam mo, kung nagtitestigo ka, walang notes. It comes from your head. Bakit ka mag-notes? Titingnan mo yung script. Hindi yung notes. Script yun. Scripted. At paano naman natin bibigyan ng weight yung testimony ng isang testigo? Na yung kanyang amo mismo, si Matibag, ay testigo mismo at nagsisinungaling. Sinasabi doon na bumisita daw si BP Sara kay Romel Madriaga when in fact a non-interested witness who happens to be the secretary of the DILG has already said that no, the Vice President has visited former Congressman Tebes. Pero nung nag-testify itong si Matibag, tinwist na yung testimony at sinabi na si BP was intending to visit Madriaga. So, how can you now rely on the testimony of the NBI when their boss has already made it clear that he is biased witness against the Vice President, di ba? So, paano ano yan? So, we'll see when the defense lawyer cross-examines this NBI witness. Na pinapalabas nila yung mga previous statements ng Vice President, nilalamp up nila to establish na siraulo daw yung Vice President at mamamatay tao. Ay, napaka-stupid naman ng correlation na yun, paring Eli.
Tsaka kanina, obserbasyon ko, bakit isinama yung statement ni BBM doon sa video? Ano ang connection?
Pati si Romualdez sinama din.
Oo nga pero ang issue impeachment sa Vice Presidente. Bakit na isama kaya?
Kasi they want God to prove kung ano daw opinion ng these are mere opinions of people. Hearsay yan Hearsay. Sabi ni siyempre kalaban niya sa politika si Sara. Siyempre, anong sasabihin ni Bongbong pag sinabi ni Sara na ipapatay ko yan sila? Pagka pinatay ako, ipapatay ko yan. Anong sasabihin ni Bongbong? Ay, hindi yan, okay lang yan kay Sara, kaibigan ko yan. Iyon ang sasabihin niya. Siyempre, sabihin niya, ay, mamamatay tao yan si Sara. Naturally, sasabihin niya yun. No, but do you find credibility? Do you find weight to that? As part of the testimony, napaka-stupid naman ng abogado na yun.
Pero chinek ko, Segjig, ako di ako abogado, pero chinek ko, yung conditional threat, parang hindi naman impeachable.
Hindi impeachable.
Tinignan ko, hinahanap ko, wala akong makita ng
Wala. Unang-una,
impeachable offense
it is a condition that should happen prior to their ground to impeach na papapatay. Bago siya makapagpatay or gawa ng sinasabi nilang impeachable offense, patay na muna siya. Patay na muna. Inintindi ba niyo yung pagkamatay ng Vice President kaysa sa Presidente? Una mo nang mamatay yung Vice President, but you did not put any weight to her death. Na the NBI did not even investigate the statement of the Vice President that her life is threatened. Because ang tanong kasi is, Ma'am, ano pong ninyo? Threatened ba yung buhay nyo? May mga nag-aano sa iyo. Ang sabi niya, sinolve ko na yan kasi kung papatay nila ako, ipapatay ko rin sila. It is condition. Diba? So, yun po ang that's very interesting pag narinig na natin itong defense na matanong na itong mga NBI na ito. Because doon sila mabibikwang sa sinasabi nila.
Okay, so antabayanan natin ang susunod pa rin na paglilitis diyan po sa Senado. Huwag pong kalimutan na mag-subscribe dito po sa Iparas Kay Paras at i-click ang notification bell. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. Magandang hapon.